Hallo. 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 Hallo.
Hello, Cakez.
Hello. Ooh, are we doing good? Is YouTube live?
Hello.
Uh-oh. Is this broken? Hold up. I might have to restart the stream, guys. I might have to restart. Uh-oh. Okay, so I thought that... So it's not sending in 1080p.
Hello.
All right, how do I do that correctly then? And it seems to be... Oh, it looks like I'm unable to stream that much. Okay, so that's too much. So let's do 20,000. But resolution. So like, or is it called rescale output? Or do I have to stream in this resolution? Hold up. Can I do that while it's live? Is that possible? Ani hi. Hey Cakez, hey Nebis Golem, how you doing, my man? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Let me reload. Is it sending the data correctly now? Wait, is the stream gone? Streamed? No, hold up. Hey? Oh, okay. Let's see what happens when I click OK here. Come on. You can do it. YouTube cannot preload streamer connection. Well, I thought I could just rescale the output to YouTube 1440p to give you guys better quality. What if I click OK now? Nothing changes. The resolution on YouTube is still... It's still the same. It's like zoomed in on YouTube. So I think I have to restart the YouTube stream. YouTube is not receiving enough detail. YouTube video. Yeah, okay. So I have to pause synchronization of the VODs, huh? Syncing. How do I stop? Yeah, I can't do it. How do I stop syncing? I'm lagging. Maybe I shouldn't do all... Ah, here. Pause syncing. Okay, I will continue syncing after the stream. It's not that important. Then it looks like I have to restart the stream, guys.
Make a good game and don't market it. The money will come to you.
I can run next, yeah. Syncing on syncing. Okay, now about YouTube modify. Do I have to stream in 1440p? Rescale output. I would assume that it's going to be bad if I do that on the GPU. Guys, I have to quickly restart the stream. I'll be right back in a sec. Be like two seconds. 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Okay? 1440p is not supported. Yeah, but you should still be able to watch in 1080p. Huh? It doesn't have 1080p? What is this trash? Why is it not giving you 1080p option? And on YouTube? Did the stream end? Or are we back? Did the stream end on YouTube? That's not the current situation. Okay, so YouTube's still there. What does YouTube offer? Huh? But I'm streaming in 1440p. What? If I don't get it to work now, then I'll have to do something else. Okay, guys, I don't wanna hold you up too long. I just wanted to test that today. Wanted to know if it's possible to do that to give you guys better quality. Why can I not do 1440p? Is that like a YouTube stream option or something? Eh? Edit. It is only sending 1080p. Because it's not rescaling the output. 720p, 1080p is available. So guys, do I need a bigger monitor or something to be able to stream that? And if I scale it up, then it look. Wait, hold up. What now? I see a good picture of it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, but I'm trying to figure out. I don't get any of the options. Weird. What now? Hey, I don't get the 1440 HD quality. I don't understand. Why not? And here on Twitch, I can't even... You guys don't even get 1080p. You only get 1440. Nice downgrade. I have one streamer having 140, but it was a long time ago. I don't know. Twitch gives source and 720. Yeah, Twitch is dumb then. Twitch is really bad. Okay, sorry about this, guys. I'll change it back to 1080p, okay? I have to restart the stream. I'll change it back to 1080p and that's gonna be it, okay? I apologize for it not working. I'll have to do some more research. Apparently, it's not that simple. The reason why I want to do 1440p is because I want to give you guys good quality on YouTube. Because, like, I see it like this, guys. I want to be able to delete VODs because I'm running out of space on my computer. I still have this issue. It's getting really close, but you know, I'll be able to manage. But I want to be able to delete VODs and have to be able to download them again if I need them back from YouTube. And for that, I want the best quality on YouTube. And you guys get good quality YouTube streams if you want good quality. And Discord screenshot. It's possible. It is possible, it looks like. Okay. But it doesn't send to YouTube, so I'll stop the stream one more time. Alright, that was the last time. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Let's get things cracking, shall we? I'm back. Should be back here too. Yeah, sorry about this. We should be good now. Let's continue. Seen a video on 4K. It's more about when I play video games that the quality goes really bad, especially on YouTube. Much more so than on Twitch. But yeah, I want to be able to do high quality streams to YouTube. That, in my opinion, that is the future. YouTube streaming is the future, guys. So I want to set up proper YouTube stuff. What internet connection do you have? I have a 100k internet connection. So I can download 100 and I have upload of 42,000 or something. I can download with 100 megabytes per second, as far as I understand. Or 100 megabits. So 10 megabytes. But hey, it's okay. Guys, are you getting ready to sweat yet? 80,000. 80,000. 80,000. 80,000. How are you feeling today? A bit tired. Zoe woke up in the middle of the night, started kicking me. So I can already do 100,000 if I wanted to, but they don't really follow a proper connection flow field, in my opinion, because they all walk over the same path, right? And the rendering is still a little broken. It doesn't render any trees for some reason, and it also doesn't render the light correctly. Like, it is too dark for some reason. So we'll have to figure out why that is. Yeah, tea, coffee. Yeah, I know, but I listen, I've been let's say, you know, disregarding my health for a long time, and I would really like to not do that anymore this year. I would really like to live healthy, if that makes sense. What about your GPU's temperature when you run this? The GPU, I looked at this yesterday. The GPU calculating all of these enemies, that's like, I'll show you, render doc. It's nothing. Calculating 80,000 enemies on the GPU is absolutely nothing. What is slowing down the game is the CPU. The GPU runs perfectly fine, bro. Watch. I'll make a screenshot. We have the dispatch here. And if we put a timer here, that is 75 microseconds. Microseconds. I don't know what's happening on the left, why they go back and forth. This right here is probably because they get stuck in trees, because I don't do world collision yet, but I'll do that next. World collision should be simple.
What happened to penis?
So I copied over the code from the CPU to the GPU, and this is here. And this is where I move the enemy. I stopped though because I don't know if it's better to make a function or to have the code directly inlined on the GPU. So, do we have a smart person in chat that's trying to be funny or something? Let me just read this right now, what this guy just typed in my chat. Needs a game to perform, chooses to make it a web game, forces it to a single thread. Are you stupid? I was gonna use threads on the GPU. We spent almost 2 days on it. It didn't get it to work. Because of the WebGL build that we were doing. So then I saw another game that was doing incredibly well, and they were doing compute shaders. And so then we switched over to that, which is Dawn, which is Google's implementation, you dummy. Okay? How about you get with the times, so maybe you short to some more streams so you know what you're talking about before you're trying to make some fun of me in chat. You have no idea. I was running 10,000 enemies on a separate thread. Dumbo. Okay? Now see you at 5 minutes! Where's the... You're so lucky that I misclick. 5. Tschüss! Anyways, anyone else? Anyone else? Huh? Good. Let's continue. I don't have time for this. Guys, do you think invoking a function on the GPU is a bad thing? If I turn that into a function? If I turn that into a function? Probably not, huh? Shutting down Gothic app quit. That means we got a validation layer error. Or not. You have a lot of smart programs in Cakez. They have to be smart. Okay, apparently it works. Apparently the function... Oh, actually I'm not calling it, but apparently the function is correct. So then... var or let chords be get chords in a middle position, and then we do chords.x and chords.y. See if this works. Okay, so now we let new position be enemy.position plus enemy.direction. And then we do let move distance be this. Times move distance. And then we need to check the new position and cancel, and this is gonna be a var. And we check if the enemy is colliding with anything. World collision. There you go. How are you? Thanks for asking, Mr. Jova. I'm doing good. Bit tired. Could you please reduce the ad? There's no other stream where I'm getting spammed this much. Oh, Flight. Yeah, let me do that. I can't. I need to run 3 minutes of ads, minimum. That's what Twitch tells you to do. Okay, otherwise you get pre-roll ads. And pre-roll ads are the death of a streamer. Okay? I was running on pre-roll ads for my first year on Twitch. I was averaging 30 viewers. I swapped just the ads and I was earning cents each day. I was earning cents. 10 cent, 20 cent, 5 cent. Then I switched it over to normal ads, the 3 minutes of ads per hour. I was earning dollars. And I went up to 50 viewers immediately. Pre-roll ads are the death of a streamer, but brother. Trust me, I know. Oh, Charnel, how you doing, my man? Here, how you doing, bro? Thank you very much for the raid. Twitch millionaire. I earned about $400 this month on Twitch. You know, I've seen numbers tossed around which don't really make sense to me, where it's like, oh, you earn about $1,000 a month when you have like 200 viewers. I've never seen that happen. I don't know where you guys get these. Maybe it's programmer streams. Every one of you uses adblock or something. I don't know. I don't get that. As a girl, maybe. I don't know. $400. Yeah, $400. Yes. It would be cool if my Twitch and my YouTube, like at some points, reach like $1,000 a month. That would be awesome. But I really don't wanna, like, I don't wanna chase numbers like that, because they are not dependent on me, but dependent on others. So, but would still be cool. Could you play more ads? Yeah, I can play more ads. I can. I'm running 3 minutes of ads. I could run 5 or 6. I think most streamers run 6. Yeah, Turbo earns me $5 or 6. So you wanna see? I don't mind showing. It's fine. Let me see. I just want to check it. I don't want to show anything that I'm not supposed to show. Hold up. I think I can show this. You see? Yeah. So this is my stream. Like, I streamed for 80 hours this month, which I wanna be, and this was vacation in the beginning here. I want to get to 90 hours streamed each month. That's like my target. Between 90 and 100 hours is where I want to be sitting. So I'm getting there, which is, I'm very happy. This is something that I'm actively working on, because I could do that. Right, I can, how do you say that? I can do that because that's something I can directly influence. I can't influence revenue. And like most of my revenue is from ads and Turbo. And I think the future is Turbo. And yeah, like I run like ad breaks, it says how many minutes I ran. But like that's really bad. Like I think how do we do? Like you click on this. So I run 4 minutes, it looks like. And the minimum I can run, I think, is... Wait, 3 minutes? Hold up. So if I run 3 minutes, I get this 50%. Right? And I was running 4. Okay. And so I could like substream, you could go up to 22 minutes, but that's like every 8 minutes. That's really bad. If you run 3 minutes, you cannot snooze. So I think it's 4 because of snoozing then, yeah. Something like that, yeah. So if I go below this, then I get pre-roll ads. So this will turn off pre-roll ads. And then this seems to be like this snoozing thing, I don't know. Pre-roll ads for incoming viewers disabled. Partially disabled. Right? Yeah, below 3 minutes. And so I could try running this at 6 for like a week if you guys want to know. I don't know. I'm not really after the money, but it would be cool if that pays for, like I have someone helping me with YouTube and I would just give them all the money from Twitch to pay for the what is that called? To pay for the work. I do 6, guys. Okay? You want me to test, and if it's too much, I turn it down to 4 again. 7? Nah, I think that's too much, bro. I don't think this has a... Like, I noticed that this didn't really do much for me. It never really did much for me. Whether it was 6 or 4 or 3. He will increase it back to 10. Listen, I don't play with this. Listen, if I was after the money, you would be seeing a number of how many subs I have somewhere here. Then I would give a notification that you should sub to me. I would give better incentives, which probably would be something like clips or something from the stream, that whenever you sub, you see a clip. Gift subs would be called out better. Like, I'd do so much more if I wanted to incentivize that. So yeah. Anyways. So yeah, it's 400, guys. $15 an ad. So that, and this, guys, this is on... How do we see viewers? This is on like over 200 viewers, which is crazy, you know. So there's not really that much. I don't even know, like, how can you... Yeah, that's on average 200 viewers and you get $15. I don't know. And that stream was a long time. That was 6 hours. Divide 6 hours by $15 or $15 by 6 hours. That's not even an hourly rate. $15 is not even 1 hour that I want to work for. My last job was 30, you know, so to just give you an perspective of how little Twitch pays comparatively. And I think it has to do with like that Twitch just doesn't get many deals for ads anymore, so YouTube is a lot better. For YouTube, I'm not big enough. And if you guys want to see YouTube, I can show you that too. But then we get back to the game, okay? Then we get back to the game. How much were you making before when you were streaming? You can't really compare that because back then I was asking for money to pay rent, and that money it would count to, there was over $1,000 each month. $1,500 people were actually donating money to me for that. If you noticed, like, there was barely any any donations in the last like 2 months. Barely any, comparatively. Because I don't need it anymore, right? And before then, people were supporting me because I needed help.
Am I so out of touch? No.
Tithian just
Appreciate
subscribed.
that.
I'll go for no ads, smiley face.
Smiley face, yeah, there we go. Anyway, so YouTube at some point will hopefully pay more than Twitch when we are more consistent. We're getting to the consistency. Hopefully this will at some point be the driving factor. Because there was a very interesting video from Ludwig a while ago that I watched where he showed his income, and Twitch for him was like $30,000 and YouTube was $200,000 or something. Like, it's a massive difference. For me, it's the other way around. Twitch pays more, but I'm hoping to be more consistent on YouTube. No, consistent means that I want to consistently make interesting content that you can upload. And that means I have to do other stuff than just programming. Because you can't really put out VODs of programming. I tried that. It doesn't really work. Even if people know who you are. Programming streams work well. That's why the streams work so well. But programming VODs, not so much. Anyways, shall we go back? My brothers, shall we go back to the enemies and collision detection? Are you ready? Wasn't Ludwig given a lot of money and thus moved his audience over to YouTube? Yeah, he did. 200k YouTube a month means to work for 2 years and live off of 2 million, then fuck off. Yeah, you could do that, sure. But for me, it's not about the money. For me, like, the money at the moment for me is just something that I want to get enough of so that even if the game completely dries out and no one buys it, the income of money from other sources is enough to hold me stable. So I have like a buffer now, you know. I allocated, I mallocked a buffer of money that is I'm slowly eating from, and as long as other sources than the game rise through that usage of that mem-alloc buffer, then I can hopefully, you know, basically it's called diversify your income, right guys? You know that. I'm not saying something new here. So that's what I'm trying to do. I've been trying to do this forever anyways, but yeah. How's WebGPU so far? It is awesome. I love it now. Best decision ever. I love it. I don't understand why I get all of these validation errors here that are completely silent when I start the game through the terminal. But other than that, I get such good error reporting. It is so easy to pinpoint bugs that ever since I had it working, it's been a breeze, man. It's awesome. I've seen the video of Ludwig. I also recommend reading Day Trading Attention book for content / marketing, making / marketing. To be honest, I know what content I need to do. I choose not to do it though. If I wanted to, I really don't want to sound arrogant, but if I wanted to reach 50,000 subs by the end of the year, I knew how to do it. I could get that very easily. But I really just want to make the game. I don't know. I want to make the game. OnlyFans? No. Like, it lies within the YouTube videos that I already made. Those of you who know the popular videos on my channel know what I need to do. It's not rage baiting, no. Wouldn't be rage bait at all. I need to have network. You mean network in terms of, oh, I don't like that doing. See, like, ever since I saw Queso, I don't believe in networking anymore. And Asmongold is somewhat the same. Like, I know most people don't like him, but to give him props, he's doing most of this stuff alone. He doesn't go like do the collabs that every other big streamer does. So, and so props to them. I need this if check here. No, hold up. Not this. We need this if check here. He has an orc? Yeah, but his content on stream is mostly alone. I know he has an orc, but most of the stuff that he does is him being alone, doing stuff alone. Cakez, the idea is to rage bait people to yap about you all day. No, the idea would be that I do tiny projects in Zig, Rust, Haskell, try out Unity again, try Godot, Game Maker. That's already 6 videos. Then I make a video on testing out Fiverr, spending $1,000 on Fiverr to get like 3 people. Like, so many ideas. I can do all of that. I could do this right now. I thought interviews. Yeah, sure. Interviews would be in there too. But like, if I were to just focus on content, I'd do that. Odin too, of course. I just didn't name it because it didn't come to mind. Of course. Yes. You spend 1 to 2 streams, maybe at most a week, on those small projects. You turn those VODs into an edited video, and then you could even upload clips or the entire VODs of them doing something to a second channel. I'd get thousands of subs. Listen, it's just that, like, the J video to this day is the. Let me see. Can I see this somehow? Videos? The J video to this day gives me views. Here, this one. This was a 4-hour stream, and I got 400 subs from this. I do this every week. Maybe I'll interview Lana Lux if she wants, so sure. And so yeah. Anyways, right. So I know what to do. I just want to have 200,000 enemies walk on screen. Okay, so let's do that. Anyways. Global data. Dot tiles. On, okay, call it grid position instead of, hold up, quartz. Previous grid position, hold up, that's the previous grid position. And then we get grid position from the new pos. And then, yeah. If the tiles avoid, then new position. Let's call it new position. Dot X is enemy position dot X. And then we get the grid coordinates again from the new position. And here is global data.tiles. See, like, what I would like to do is I want to do these types of J videos as well, but I feel like if I do them, then I don't work on the game, and I feel bad if I don't work on the game. So because like the J video was an entire stream where I was just doing J. There wasn't on the stream, there was no progress done on Tangy TD, but I did progress before the stream, right? Or I did progress in the first 30 minutes of the stream on Tangy TD, and then I switched over to J. Fun Monday. You know? New position. But I should be doing it, because the J video has been a driving factor, not only the growth of my YouTube channel, but also the growth of my Twitch channel. And obviously, this is good to do not only for that, but also to educate yourself. I want to educate myself on the different ways on how to build a game out there, so I can have a say in a discussion, for example, right? When people ask me, hey, what should I use? Should I use J? Well, I don't know at the moment, to be honest, because I don't know how far the language has come to make games in. Last time I tried J, which was a long time ago, I had to implement my own rounding function. And that took me 2 hours. I didn't have a lot of fun doing that. I hated that, actually. Now, probably there is a rounding function, you know? So, yeah. Hold up. Great position. And then make the enemy direction change on the tile. Change the enemy direction to the tile direction. Okay, guys, if this works, then the enemies avoid walls now. No, we get an error. Of course. We have a video of a live of games of an overview of a game's code. Especially curious about the UI code, which I have rewritten so many times to the point I can't find a way of doing UI that I like. No, but I have I'm UI.
Hello.
Underscore exclamation mark UI. There we go. Here. You can check this video. Hope you're doing well, sir. We're working on a fantasy survival game, and our Steam demo is coming this December. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Yeah, sure, bro. Get back to me when there's something I can play. Would love to play it. I'm pretty sure by December, I should have mostly ironed out all of the logistical things. Like, let's say it like this. Like, I have someone helping me with YouTube. The onboarding took a lot of time, but it's getting a lot better. You know, and he's getting a lot better. And I'm so grateful that he's helping me. This is an immutable binding. Yeah, because it's var. It's not var. Sure. So that's this, guys. This is the browser code. It's crazy. I guess because it's called web GPU, huh? Needs to be var. Var. Oh, are the enemies? They are not walking here. Shit. They stop. Why are you stopping, guys? Don't stop. They mostly avoid the world now, which is nice. The next step would be, why don't they move here? It's interesting. Maybe they got spawned where they cannot, where the tile doesn't have a direction. Probably it's that. They got spawned where they get clipped to a tile that doesn't have a direction. I have them all moving now, yes, on the GPU, yes. And the game slows down to 90 FPS We have a slowdown, but it's not the slowdown that is coming from the CPU, from the GPU. It's coming from the CPU. So now I'm doing all of that work on the GPU. I want to see. So the last time I measured this, there was 75 microseconds. I now updated the code a bit more. Let's launch it again. Have all of them running. I mean, sure, we can wait a bit. Make another screenshot when there's a couple more colliding. What language is used in the shaders? The language is called WebGSL. WGSL. Okay, and now let's see. How long is the dispatch? 78. So it's basically, it didn't change at all. So a function call inside the shader doesn't seem to do anything, which makes the shader a lot easier to reach. So now we have collision detection with the world. The next thing that we need to do for each enemy is to collide them with each other. We need the chunk collision. Neighbor collision check. Are you measuring command queuing? This is the entire buffer. This is not 100%. Right, it does change. It's not perfect. It measures this multiple times, but you can say that on average, this takes about 70 to 80 microseconds. It is not even close to what would be, yeah. Function calls and shaders are inline copied over, as if it was a define. Ooh, really? That's amazing. Oh, that is cool. Okay. Nice. Okay, then we can do more functions. Yay. All right, so now we need to do, and I started with this already. I need to chunk the enemies up, and here's where I need to first export the get coordinates function and put this in the shader header. At the bottom. Next is chunk enemies. I have a buffer that I can read and write. And I have a global data buffer that I can read and write. And here's the question, guys. Does the GPU do the mutex stuff by itself? So, for example, I need to make a structure on the GPU. This one right here, the GPU tile, needs to now hold enemies. So I can add 9 enemies or 8 enemies, and I can do, instead of padding, I can do an enemy count, which is an I32. I have to wait for the compute shader to wait on the CPU every frame, yes, and I need to copy the data back for now. I'm copying the data back to the CPU, and then I'm doing 80,000 draw calls on the CPU. Like, I'm pretty sure what is slow on the CPU is this right here. Hold up. Hold up. That's not it. That isn't it. That's not it. Where's the enemies? The code for the enemies. Draw buildings. Eh? Eh? Ah. This code is probably the reason why it's slow. I go over this loop 80,000 times. And I draw every enemy. And that's why the FPS slows down. Bad shit? No, what I should do is, from within the compute shader, I should do the dispatch to the renderer. So then this loop doesn't even need to happen on the CPU. On the CPU, I need to loop over the enemies and do other things. But maybe I don't even need to do that. We'll have to see. And sure, I can batch this too, right? I could say the first whatever transforms, but I still would need to do the... Anyways, I need to do it differently. Yeah, I can do... There are many ways to do it, right? To make this efficient. But guys, I can already tell you, those people are on my ban who are on my ban list.
Hope you have a good time.
You will
Cakez
be
and
banned.
Pepe Neil.
You will be banned, because I could literally tune this to 100,000 enemies right now and would be above 60 FPS. So,
Am I so out
you
of
were
touch?
wrong. I was right. I won.
Sure, just
You lost.
subscribe.
Celsius, sure, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for subscribing, my man. Thank you so much. Big W's too. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. It's been 50 months actually. That's crazy, man. Hope you're doing good, my man. Hey, yeah, hello there, my man. Good morning. I don't know what RenderDoc is. RenderDoc is a tool that helps you inspect what is on the GPU when debugging your game. Very helpful. The promise is 200k. Yeah, but for the people to be banned, it was 100k. Okay. Just letting you know. So, chunk enemies. Let's first build real quick. And I need to go into shader data. GPU tile needs to have enemy count. And then array. We can't do an array. Needs to be an int. Enemies 8. Okay, I need to build that too. Please put me on that ban list. I don't believe you'll pull it off, Cakez. Why would you type that now? I don't understand. So, like, I could literally just do 100,000 right now, show you, and you'd still not believe it? That doesn't make any sense. That's like seeing someone jump off of a bridge,
Am I so
perfectly
out of
land in the
touch?
water. Hold up.
No.
Perfectly land in the water, come up swimming, and you tell them, no, I don't believe you just did that. That's you right now. I don't understand why. That makes no sense. Hello, Pikachu's Glitch, my man. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it a lot.
Just
Big W.
glitch, just
53
subscribe.
months, man, bro. You used Clanker to do the work? Oh, so the Clanker wrote this code right here? Aha! I didn't write that at all. Enable Clown Redeem. Clown Redeem does nothing, bro. Anyways, guys, let's see if the game runs. I'm pretty sure we're getting an error now. Yep, because we need to align.
Didn't you say
Global
he's
data.
fairly easy yesterday? Why are you struggling?
try this
Well,
not a
the
multiple
first one
requirement
was, yeah,
alignment
because he
16.
didn't do any damage, but this one you can't see anything. And second,
Uniform.
he's black.
How do we align this properly? Alignment requirement for our address space uniforms are not met by 12. The array stride is the array stride 4 is not a multiple of the required alignment 16. Alignment requirements for address space uniforms are not met by 12. The array stride is not about. All right. Well, I have no idea why. For me, 8 times 4 is 32. So I would assume I can do 16. But that doesn't seem to be... Yeah, no, I know it's this one right here. I don't understand what I need to do here, though. This array. I really do not understand. So it is this one here. But what else? Let's see what he says. GPU tile, stride 4 bytes, element size, stride 8. In a uniform buffer, must have a stride that is multiple of 16 bytes. You can't be serious. Wrap each in a 16 bytes. You can't tell me I cannot have an index array. What? Why does it have to be a stride of that much? Hey, that's super dumb. Oh man. It's clean. Fine. That's super dumb. I think storage buffers have a stride like that, so you can maybe try this. You think instead of making this a uniform buffer, you make it a storage buffer? But isn't the storage buffer better for other stuff? Hold up. What if I turn this into a... I watch your streams to sleep. Hey, that's awesome to hear. Hope you can sleep well, man. Appreciate the support, bro. Binding type storage. But then I have to change every binding type uniform to storage, guys. Each element is now 6 satisfying the uniform rules. Recommend use a storage buffer. GPU tile is part of a tile grid. It probably doesn't belong in a uniform buffer. Don't you tell me what to do. Put it in a storage buffer instead. How about you shut up, bro? How about you shut up and let me handle that, okay? What do you mean? Put it in a storage buffer. Fine, we'll put it in a storage buffer. Asshole. How do we do that? Can I make a 2-dimensional array as a storage buffer? Array? Okay. How do I make a 2-dimensional arrow as a story? Okay. It doesn't support it. Oh, it doesn't support it. No. Var storage read, something like that. It doesn't seem like it exists. It can only do 1-dimensional arrays. Can it? Fine, I'll rewrite it. I hate having to restructure this, but fine. Obstacles. Then let's go to shader data. Global data tiles. We need to put that on render. Oh god, render Interface. Render data. Render data, that needs to be right next to it, because we need to fill this in and then upload that as a buffer. I wonder how a web-based game would be doing Java. Sounds like a headache. To me too, man. To me too. Alright, okay, so now that we have that, I would assume that on compute enemies, instead of we have the global data, then we have another binding, as we'll put it here. 1, 2, and 3. And then that would be a storage. Read, write. Just a read though. Tiles. Which is an array of GPU tile. There you go. Then we go to the renderer and we say we have another buffer of type storage on binding one. I love this, you know, guys. This is exactly what I love. It is 5 million gazillion times better than OpenGL. This stuff right here, love it. It doesn't get better than this. It's so good. You tell it exactly what it is, where it is, what type it is. So nice. It's not making a program, then querying by string name. String names in shaders. By string name, the uniform location, then activating the uniform location and then setting the buffer something which, like, oh my god, this is so bad. It's so convoluted. I hate it. Anyways, well, we need the tiles buffer now, which we don't have here, but there you go. And the size of it is GPU tile times grid size times grid size, right? Two-dimensional tile. Binding number 1, binding number 2, binding number 3. And that's compute enemies already done. All in one go, in one place. Mwah! Try DirectX, pal. Oh, hold up. Hold my beer, my brother. Hold my beer. You're holding it? Don't spill it. Okay. I want to drink it when I'm done here. Wrong game. Hold up. Wrong game. You're still holding, right? I know. I'm holding good. Good. Mr. Bob Pants. Bob Rants. I know. I know. I know. DirectX is actually better. I know. I like DirectX more. But hey, when you compare that to OpenGL, this is DirectX 11. This is Tangy GD. This is Tangy GD code. This is what is currently on Steam. It's perfect. Perfection, guys. I love this. This is so good. It doesn't get better than this, guys. Nope. Awesome. Really good stuff. DirectX is so convoluted to me. Nah, it's not. It's not. DirectX is great. It's, in my opinion, it is the best rendering API to start learning rendering with. Because it is so good in error reporting. You do a mistake. Guys, look what I have. A Red Bull. A Red Bull. Drinking it right now. I still... Wait, you started claiming my advice is bad without proof. You could show it now. Guys, you need to stop arguing with trolls in chat. I have like a hunch that this Mr. Matt is trolling a lot, my buddy. So don't get trolled, okay? It's like what's up in chat. He also likes to troll a lot. Not sponsored by Red Bull, no. Like, guys, I was talking about this today. I want to try out this platform right here. Has anyone of you tried this out? Boot.dev? Like, this is from the World of Warcraft guy, right? You think this is good? Mr. Primogen is on here too. World of Warcraft guy, Bellula. Bellula News. Lane Wagner is the dude that started it. No, I saw Prime here and I saw TJ Dev. And I was like, And so maybe this is a good platform to learn. It's for web people. Yeah, but I mean, guys, I always get asked, where can I learn? So maybe that would be a good sponsor or something in the future. But I want to try it out first. I want to try it out unbiased, without any money incentive. And then if it's good, we could ask them if they sponsor the stream. He made a game called The Pale Beyond. It's very good. The Pale Beyond. Who made that game? Bellula? Oh, wow. Damn. He made a game? Or did he sponsor the game? Like, fund the game? I don't think he sat down and drew the art, if I'm being completely honest. It's gotta be said by someone else. Guys, why is Firefox lagging so much today? Look at this. Hold up. Guys, is Firefox broken or something? Like, look how clean this is. Do I have to stop using Firefox? It's gotten so bad. What's going on? Restart? I already restarted it today. He had a team. Too many tabs. What are you talking about? That's like 10 tabs, bro. I used to open 200 tabs. It's really laggy, especially on YouTube Holy, who uses Firefox. Guys, oh, I wanted to ask this. What is a good web browser for me to use? Maybe someone that doesn't spy. The only reason why I don't want to use Edge is because it's by Microsoft. Zen. Brave or Helion, Zen or Brave? Zen or Brave browsers to test, okay. Firefox started selling your data years ago. I remember when Cakez used to code, now he just uses AI. Hold up, I need to ban someone. Hold up. So just because I ask AI questions instead of chat, because no one in chat knows, doesn't mean I stopped coding, okay? See you in 5 minutes, buddy. Have a nice break, my friend.
I remember when Cakez used to code. Now he's just using AI. What a dummy. No, you don't know what you're talking about, because I've been coding like crazy the last few days. Don't you diminish what I do.
Anyways, looks nice. It's probably not my type of game, but Okay, cool. Very nice. Yeah, like, I would love to, you know, test out this website. Give it a geezer, you know, at some point. Boot.dev. Let me write that down. I'll try out boot.dev. I wrote it down already. Anyways, continue. So, binding them. So, there's probably errors here somewhere. Because the game, there's no tiles there. So, it's just rendered out of tiles. And then we need to upload that data also to the GPU when we make the buffer, and we need to make the buffer, which is the global data buffer. That is in the main. Create buffer. Create storage buffer. That brings me back to Vulkan, guys. You have no idea. I was using storage buffers left and right in Vulkan. I love it. The guy that was very smart with Vulkan, whose tutorial I followed, called it bindless shaders, bindless resources, or something. Really cool stuff. That is the tiles storage buffer. Over here is a tiles. Shouldn't it be called tiles? Tiles buffer. Yeah. Okay. Then this is the tiles buffer. Description, which is a copy destination. Size of GPU tile times max times grid size times grid size. Main is always laggy when it comes to that. Tiles buffer description. My main starts to lag. The IntelliSense. Tiles buffer this. Yeah, here we go. Buffer description. Okay. All right. What's up with boot.dev? I want to test it out, see if it's any good. Because I'm super happy that I don't have to do any sponsored streams anymore. But educating. Advertising something I believe in would be still cool. Like, for example, I believe in Razer. I've been using almost exclusively Razer stuff the entire time. And I think it's good. The camera I'm using is Razer. Used to cost $100, $200. Now, it's a bit expensive, Cotton. Got a bit expensive. It was $100. Now it's 200, bro. It's crazy. But I still believe in it. Think it's a good camera. But I'm not seeking out sponsors. But it would be dumb not to do. You know, and then in 10 years or something, I make like 2 more games. They are not successful at all. And then I look back like, bro, you should have done that. Right? Okay, I think we are good. The shader is still accessing global data tiles, but now it should be just tiles. Instead of global data to tiles, it'll just be tiles. And I cannot do an access like that, because it's not a double array. It is not a 2-dimensional array. But we can test. Hold up, how do I do this again? An array of an array, right? Of GPU tile, grid size, comma, grid size. That's what it would look like, but people told me I can't do a two-dimensional array, so let's see. Oh, and I'm not copying over the data, of course, in vain. I'm just creating the buffer. And then I need to do transform buffer. Hold up, here somewhere. Upload data to GPU. Write buffer, upload global data. And then here we also want to write to the tiles buffer, render data tiles, which is already an array, size of GPU tile times grid size times size. I think I can just do array size though. Where did I do that? I think in the game. When I do a mem set or mem copy. Size of chunks. I think I can just do that. Since it's a C array, I think I could just do size of rendered data tiles. And then when I have that here, I can also do... Eh? What was it complaining? Oh, there wasn't any complaints. When I create the buffer, which is, I think is... Hold up, that's gotta be a main, right? Then I could just do size of render data tiles. Then I can always change the size there and I don't have to worry about anything else. I really don't like that the IntelliSense has gotten so slow, man. He is usually not reading chat. Oh, okay, hold up. And you want to know the ban counter? That is number 3. See ya. Oh, Rebel Decibel will also wants to get banned. He's a big star now, doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, okay. 5 minutes. See ya in 5, buddy. Uh-huh. Hey, Cakez, you're not reading chat at all. Hey, Cakez, shut up and code. Shut up and leave. Okay, let's see. There we go. This is not a global data uniform buffer. This is the tiles buffer. Simparams buffer, transform storage buffer, tiles, storage, I guess. Good. I think right now we are good to go, but there's gonna be compilation errors. Much better choice than Asian food noodles with fried chicken. If you make the Asian noodles and chicken yourself, it's actually quite good. Shit, I knew it was gonna happen. Why? Validation error. What is the problem? Tiles, global data. Oh, I see. I really love making or cooking food for myself when it's food like that, because you can make a lot of food. Notice how it didn't complain. Maybe it did. Max buffer binding size. Create bind group. Uniform global data. Address. Oh, hold up. No, that's old. This has to be old. This needs to be old. I hate how it doesn't clear the console. Super confusing. Should probably fix the IntelliSense. I can't fix the IntelliSense. How am I supposed to do that? The errors in the console are no errors. When I start the game from the from here, I don't get the same errors. I'm gonna get an error now though. Yeah, well, I can't. Just give me a sec. Let me fix the errors and then. Why not just try Z for a week without the AI stuff? What do you mean Z? The Z editor? No. Don't you remember when we tried Z? I was typing in a line of code and it was lagging. Because they have IntelliSense running on the main thread where you're typing. That was horrible. That is worse than having IntelliSense show up a little late. Much worse. That's a deal breaker. Tiles. Why do I have so many tiles? Global data. Ah, here. Forgot one more. Okay, now we should be good. Alright, so now we get another panic. What is the issue now? Create bind group. Tile storage buffer label does not contain the required file usage. Buffer usage storage. Wait. The usage flags copy and uniform buffer. Hold up. Really? Hold up. Oh! It is. Man, I love this, man. See, that's why I love... This is a prime example of why I love Vulkan, aka Web GPU. We are using Web GPU, but it's actually down... it's Vulkan. It is telling me that I'm creating a buffer bind group, which is right here, with the usage type of uniform, but it is actually, and then it tells me which name of the buffer it is. You can name each buffer if you want to. And then it says it doesn't contain the correct flags, which should be storage, because I'm trying to make a storage buffer. I'm using it as a storage buffer later. And you know what I would get in OpenGL if I do that? You think you get an error code? On my computer, if I were to do such a mistake, which you can't actually in OpenGL, but let's say you can, nothing. It would just work. The game would run, would be perfectly fine. Then you ship the game to another system, and you know what happens there? The game either flickers or crashes. Or some other graphic issues arise. Because the implementation of OpenGL on that particular computer, aka the hardware of the computer, the graphics card, is different. And then I'm sitting there wondering what the hell is going on. And then if I maybe get lucky, maybe, that's like a huge maybe, and you don't even get this, even if I call the create buffer in OpenGL and there is an invalid parameter, it doesn't necessarily have to do an error. It doesn't necessarily give you an error. So you actually can have a perfectly functioning game that is full of bugs in OpenGL. And you don't know about it. That's why OpenGL is bad. That's why it sucks. OpenGL older version doesn't help with this.
Is if you continue, like if you let you, what now? If you let yourself matching against the pipeline, resource binding is not available in the pipeline layout. It doesn't match the shader storage. Shader. Oh.
Hold up. Bind groups. Compute though. I'm saying it is available in compute. Hold up. Web GPU create compute pipeline. Compute enemies. Error. Matching shader requirements against the pipeline. The shader global resource binding group binding 1 is not available in the pipeline layout. Storage class storage access load and store doesn't match the shader storage access, which is storage access load. Is that correct? I don't understand. Hold up. Ah, I see. Read write. Maybe I need to do read underscore write. Because I do the same thing. Let's test. Oh, it works. Lol, it works with the tiles as well. So, wow, it works. Damn. Okay. Sure. And how slow is it now? Is it the same speed? Do we have any slowdown or something? Remember, we were sitting at 76, okay? Is it done? 200k ready? We could do 200k right now. But I want to work on making it a bit more... that it works first. Yeah, it's about the same. It's about the same microseconds between 70 and 80 microseconds here. So, should be fine. We are... this currently I'm doing 80,000 enemies. This is 80,000 enemies. And I have just written the collision detection, and I can now... I want to chunk enemies up into the tiles. So in order to do that, I need to get the grid position of each enemy. We don't need to animate them here. We just need to get the enemy, get their grid position, and then put them into a tile. We get the tile. Tiles, and then we also have the same bindings. Let me see, what do we need? We need global data and we need tiles. So that would be... and then I don't need to write to global data, just read from it, but I don't think I even need that, do I? Do I need global data? Don't think I do. Actually, do I need global data here? I don't. So I can just get rid of this. Though I will replace this later. I will remove the sim parameters and just use global data and put that there. Alright, so we need to put the enemies into the tiles, guys. That is the idea. Meaning, all of this stuff is not needed. And we don't even need to write back to the enemy. We just need to write back to tiles. On grid position. So, we don't have a counter. That's a problem. We don't have a counter. Fuck. Shit. It is literally just an array. I don't know how many slots are filled. Damage. God damn it. So it's not a double two-dimensional array of enemies. So I have to change that again. God damn it. Instead of it being just a GPU tile, we need a struct. Tile map. And then we have the GPU tile in there. Ah, is that annoying? Has tiles and... Hold up, no, wait. Oh wait, we have GPU tiles. And each GPU tile has enemies and a counter. No, hold up, I'm wrong. Actually, we're good to go. Nice. We need the tile and then, yeah, we need to put the enemies in the tile. Okay, cool. So, dot enemy count. So we get in a tile and we are checking if tile.enemy count is greater or equals to 8, then we return. Tile full, ignore enemy. We are going to ignore enemies for now. It won't be 100% perfect, but that would be the first solution. Otherwise, if that is not the case, then we just put the enemy onto the tile. So enemies on tile.enemy count is index. And then tile, no, hold up. Yeah, and then tiles on grid position.x, grid position.y dot enemy count plus equals 1. I hope I can do plus equals here. And I think that is it. So this is the chunk enemies up into, yeah, into grids, into the grid. You need to use atomics. Yeah. It's Race City. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I feared I would have to do. Yeah. So we're going to test this out now, and I will probably have issues with this. Yeah, I thought so, but I'll do it this way first, and then I'm pretty sure it'll tell me how terrible my code is. I can do the work on the CPU, but it would be better if I were to do it on the GPU, right? To chunk enemies here. Hold up. Replace. No, compute enemies with chunk enemies /G. Nice. And then this is compute enemies. That's going to be chunk enemies. GS. And then over here, this is chunk enemies. This is chunk enemies. This is chunk enemies. This is chunk enemies. And this is chunk enemies. And then over here, if we look at the data, we only need to have 2 bindings. We have the enemy data, which is the storage buffer. And then we have the other storage buffer. These 2 buffers. That's all we need. And then you guys are saying we have race conditions, atomics, stuff like that. That sucks, gotta be honest. But okay. Alright, the first thing. Compute pass. Chunk enemies. Update enemies. So that would be chunk enemies. And then I see an error here somewhere. Read back size. Yeah, we don't want to read back on this buffer. We just want to release the compute pass. Hold up. Can't I do two compute passes at the same time? Do I need to make two compute passes begin? Or can I just say, I'll test this. Chunk enemies. I'm pretty sure I need like some sort of barrier here to know that this one's finished. I'm pretty sure, like barrier? And then we end the thing. Little memory barrier, something like that, yeah. So I'll keep this. Oh yeah, and I also have to do that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. I think web GPU kind of handles it, not too sure. Optimizing this is pretty hard, not gonna lie. Oh, I think we'll be able to do it. I think we'll be able to get this done. I mean, surely the orc devs managed to do it too, so it's possible. As long as it's possible, we'll be able to do it. We have not spent 5 years going into the mists, into the weeds of like the rendering stuff. Like we have the setup for this. All right, let's see. So what is the issue this time? No identification. Okay, for new position. Oh, I see. It needs to be an NB position, of course. All right. Why does it just work? Why does it just work? It says chunk enemies label is invalid. Hold up. Set pipeline is invalid, and then it's probably gonna say, oh, it does it? No, hold up. Starting eventually. No, it's not giving me any errors. It is not giving any errors, guys. Why? Hey, Codingry, how you doing, man?
Alt account just joined.
Okay.
Glad to be back to my favorite
Just
Vulcan
what?
and Godot stream. Please keep your functions shorter than 5 lines.
Okay. Well, compute direction to move in, guys. What's the new game about, Cakez? The new game is about building a base, collecting resources to build a defense and to build an economy to defend it at night against swarms of enemies. The enemies currently are skeletons, but I would like to create a new enemy type, Draugr or something that is able to switch between walking and running to give the feel, to give like this dreaded feeling of they're gonna approach your base. They Are Billions clone. Yeah, think about They Are Billions, but 2D pixel art. That's what I want to do. Orange enemies? No, I want something that is, you can directly see what the game's about at a glance. You can't see that with, you're unable to do that with oranges. Okay guys, since this seems to work, I think we can just work with compute enemies and start implementing.
They could have made could they have made ah!
I don't want to be like Cakez.
If it works with worms, why not oranges? Worms? What do I mean? Worms. Worms. That is a lot of code, guys. Okay.
Don't be
Here's the
afraid of poor marketing and
neighbor
you'll
collision.
be stronger. Good game will sell nonetheless. The money will come to you.
This is gonna be so fun, guys, because this will be a huge implementation. Look at that. Look at all of this code, bro. Okay. You guys ready? You know what? I want this to be on the right here. I don't want to look to the left all the time. Let's just get rid of all of these here. And just have one thing. How about we let the game run too? Oh, I see. It's not able to run compute enemies right now because I saved it, of course. That's fine. So. Var how do I define a variable in this? Var alignment count is. And then var, but I want to set it like a, I want this to be vectors. All right, hold up. Var v is of type vector2. So var, hold up, var alignment is of type vector2 f32 0.0. Then we need cohesion and separation. Good. Now these should be fine. We get the grid coordinates of the enemy right now, which we can cache because I have that already. There we go. Grid position. Get chunk. I don't think we need a get chunk. All right. This is grid position. I go through the grid. And if X is less than 0 or greater than grid size, we continue. Good. Here too. This is grid position. Am I doing the for loop even correctly? There's no way this for loop is correct. But I have quad and a for loop here. How did I do a for loop again? For. Okay. Let's see. This is how you do a for loop correctly. It is for var x of I32 is grid position of x semicolon x is less than grid position of x plus 1. Hold up, this is grid position of x minus 1, and then I do x plus plus. So that should be the correct definition. And then we do the same thing for y. Grid position at y and grid position at y and y here. Good. Now, get the chunk. Well, let the tile be grid position at x, grid position at y. What we do here. You can just press R and press the new character. Well, that's fine if I could do that, but we have it. What did I just... Oh, yeah. Shit. Ah, god damn it. Okay, I have to... Damn it. One more time. Alright, so here we have the tile. And then we need to loop through all of the enemies in the tile. So now we need to do another for loop with a var enemy index of I32, which is tile.enemy is 0, sorry. And then enemy index is less than tile.enemy count. Enemy index plus plus. That's the function. And then we need to get the neighbor. So we need to get let, or we do, yeah, let's let neighbor be enemies on tile.enemies on enemy index. And then if the neighbor ID, hold up, what is an enemy? Shader header. An enemy on the GPU has the ID, which is ID. If it's the same ID, okay. So in chunk, oh no, it's not chunk enemies, it's compute enemies, yes. If the neighbor.id.id is the same as the .id. So if that's the same, skip myself. Skip yourself. Do we have continue in here? These loops will run on the GPU. Of course, I have to do that. Unless there's a better way to do it. I don't know. Mohammed, thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Okay, skip yourself. It's done. Neighbor position. Then we have these consts that I would like to define outside. Maybe even here. Let's see, so that is what it's done. So we have const alignment distance is of type f32 equals 40.0 times 40.0. I'm pretty sure that gets compiled away. And let me do that. Cohesion distance. And we call this separation distance. This is 8 by 8. Sorry. Good stuff. So now that we have these globals here. We are at 200k yet. I could probably spawn 200k right now. And the game would run at like 10 FPS. But I can run 100,000 already. Right now, I just want to prove it. No, I'm not going to be distracted by showing how big my D is. I am going to focus on what I need to do. By slowly but surely rewriting this entire thing. I do not have a length squared function that takes in a vector 2 on the GPU, so I need that length squared from lib.h. All right. This is perfect for AI. Oh, you want to be fancy and call it dot, huh? The dot product? Just gonna do that. Okay, and then we need to put that into shader header. Somewhere here. Okay, nice. Compute enemies. Length squared of enemy dot position minus neighbor dot position. Hold up. Enemies on tile.enemy index, yeah. So that let neighbor index be this. Then we can get the neighbor. We use the neighbor index here. It's a bit easier to read. And then we know the neighbor. We could say the neighbor's position. Now we have the distance. And let is a keyword for const. As far as I understand, this is immutable. So now we have a float for the distance. Then we do alignment, cohesion, collision. All right, let's start slow. Let's start with alignment. I think the if check stays the same. But I don't know if I can do plus equals and plus plus. We'll have to see. And then the alignment is done. Cohesion is the same. Not sure if I can just do plus equals. Use dot. Nah. Collision. Okay. That's a little bit more. There is a length function, right, of a vector. It's just length, yeah, I thought so, I would assume. So we have that. Collision. Hold up, we need the if check for collision. And we get the push direction. Neighbor position minus enemy position, which is let push direction be this. I think we can do that. And then push direction is let distance be the length of that. And then we need to check if push direction dot x is 0 and push direction dot y is 0. And we continue. Oh no, push direction is then... Oh, since push direction can be changed, it needs to be a var. Push direction is vec2 of f32 of -1.0, 0.0. That is left. Good. So then we have this part right here. Push force on both. Blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. And then it's literally just that code right here. Separation plus equals normalize. I would assume we have a normalize function. And then we do 8.0 minus the distance and we increase the separation count. And that is already collision. And that's the for loop. Hold up. That's already it? The for loop? That was fast. Not gonna lie. Now we need to work on this. Hold up. So alignment is normalized alignment divided by the maximum of 1.0 and turned into float alignment count. This is F32, brace open, brace closed. This is the same thing here, 1.0, F32. Brace open, brace close. Normalize, another float, F32. 1.0, separation, okay. Let be new deer, let the this one, 32. Current tile direction, we already have the tile. We don't? I thought I had the tile. Here. Oh, I see. So we need the tile here then. That's fine. It's not gonna work for the first time, but it's crazy how fast that is. A tile direction. 3.0. New direction, const float D. Let D be the new direction. Length. New direction, enemy direction is that. And then we move into the direction. We set the new position and we look at the tiles. Direction cos grid position changed here. We check if we move to a new tile. Okay. Can you guys follow? Are you following? Huh? You guys following? Of course you do. That was simple. have never nearly pooped myself during a stream. No, I know when I need to go and I go. Never happened. I also don't play horror games, so maybe, I don't know. Hold up. Was the game already running the entire time, or... That was fast. It's empty. Sad. It is empty. Okay, so obviously this doesn't work. We need to fix the validation layer issues. So what is the issue? It is expecting a semicolon somewhere. But it found an open brace in 218. Great. It found an open brace. So I forgot a semicolon somewhere, guys. But instead it finds an open brace. How's that work? It finds an open brace? Really? 218. Okay. Shader header is 194. $24? Right at the top? Oops. 24. Hey, wait. That's what ChatGPT gave me. That works out. That's gonna be this. That has to be this. Hold up. If it says 29 now, it says 28, not 24. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not 8. You forgot the equal signs here. You mean here? I don't think you do that like this, but let's see. All right, what now? No, expected found a 255. 255 minus 194. 61. Oh! Yeah, of course, because it's a dot. Wow! That's crazy. We're already down here. That is really crazy. Okay, so all of that was fine? That's insane. Okay, what next? Redefinition of tile. Tile, oh I see. I cannot redefine it. Oh, I see. I mean, why don't we just turn tile into a var then? Okay. Uh-oh. What now? Alignment. Definition of alignment. Create. Passing type of alignment is expected to be a vector 2, but it got an abstract float in 18. What? 12, 18. So it is this shit right here. It got a float. So ChatGPT was lying to me? No way. New position, unknown identifier. Get grid position, okay. Oh, I see. New position. Hold up. New position. Previous grid position. I see. I need that, and then grid position has to be a var. There you go. Okay. Still more errors. What now? Invalid field access or UID. Yeah, because it's called ID.id, right? This is ID.id. Probably also wrong. It's gonna be a lowercase ID, right? Invalid access. Huh? Hold up. An enemy. Oh, it has a lowercase ID. I see. So it is .id. .id. And then in there it is a capitalized ID. Yeah, okay. So you're doing game logic on the GPU? Yep, we are computing enemies. Okay, this is an immutable binding. Okay. Yeah. Var. New direction. ID.id.id. Yeah. Nice. The enemies don't move. Are they shown up or are there any enemies? Great. Yeah. What's the problem? What's the issue? I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. It's difficult to say. I guess we do render doc, huh? Because I could see one problem already, which I guess is fine. Chunk enemies. Before we go, basically before we put the enemies into chunks, I need to either write a compute shader that turns the chunks empty, so it iterates over all of those GPU tiles, and turns the counter to 0. Because I'm not doing that. So that means there would be like a reset chunk thing, or I need to copy the data to the GPU from the CPU and just reset the chunks on the CPU. One of the two. I think copying the data from CPU to GPU is more expensive than having a compute shader, but it's faster now. I could just really fast, I could do that really fast. Just to see if it works. I think I'll do that real quick. That'd be the first step. Like we create the buffers here, the textures, the render targets, FPS display, upload data to GPU here. Where I upload the global data, I do a simple for loop. Like in the game. Do this. GPU tile, and then I do GPU tile dot enemy count is 0. I literally just set the tile to the enemy count to 0. And then I copy to the tiles buffer. I did that anyways before, didn't I? Ha, I did. Copy grid to tiles. Yo, my man, Mr. Dylan, thank you very much for raiding, man. Hello there, hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good stream, bro. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, Camel, my camel. Oh, Camel, oh, Camel. Upload global data. Okay, that would be the first. But I think the enemies get teleported away, guys. I feel like I am missing something that happens on enemies on the CPU that I didn't do yet. Hey, Nightshade, dude. Didn't realize. Hello there, my man. Hope you're doing good, man. Guys, we are so close of having this work. We just need to figure out why the enemies don't exist now. You know, we'll figure it out. Launch. Maybe we need a memory barrier, guys. Maybe there actually is some sort of race condition. I don't know. I mean, the enemies don't magically go away. How long is this? 65 is actually... it's reasonable, guys. But let's look at the, how do we do that? Pipeline state, and then I think we click on compute shader, and then let's look at the tiles first. Huh? What is this? Why does it look like that? Huh? Why is it not a nice buffer? Do I need like a one-dimensional array to be able to look at this properly? 1D array? But... element 0? Child 031? So does that mean the two-dimensional array doesn't work on the GPU? The definition I have here is wrong, but it allows it anyways? This one? Tiles? Okay, let's just do this, right? This is something we know works. Hold up, it's literally, we can only say that it's a GPU tile array. But then I have to index the tiles on grid position. No. Yes. Grid position dot y times grid size plus grid position at x, right? Or does this, bewegen wir uns jetzt in transpose stuff? Oh, damn it. We also have tile here. Pretty sure we have to do this, right? But is it the correct x coordinate, or do we have to first do x and then y? Let's see. Ooh. Hey Cakez, do you have a quick summary of what you're doing? Okay. Okay, buddy. So I want to make a game where you build a base like in their Billions, and then you defend the base against swarms of enemies and at night. And I want to have so many enemies that it looks really cool, but it doesn't lag. Row column, right? It's row column. That is x plus y times stride. Yeah. Let's see. The enemies get teleported away because I think... Or hold up. In this dispatch, we should now see the correct bar 5 if it worked, what I just did. Let's test. And right now, I'm working on having 80,000 enemies approach this base, but collide with each other. That's what I'm doing right now. And tiles. That looks better. But we still have this here. Wait, what is this? Enemies on 0. Enemies on 1. Oh, that is 45,000. It has 8 enemies. And the number is 30. On 0, there's no enemies. Ah! It works now. The big question is, though, guys... 1024, 1023. So 1024 is in there. All of them have directions. Obstacle index. Next. This one has no, because there's an obstacle on it. Obviously, then it doesn't have direction. Huh. Cool. It does work. Yeah. But guys, it looks like that each enemy is indexing only into one tile. There's only one singular tile that holds all of the enemies. That seems a little odd to me. That looks to me like I'm doing something wrong index-wise with the grid position. This looks odd. It always gives me the same tile, which is 0. That's also totally wrong. Seems to always... Really odd. Okay, fine. Oh, because all the enemies get teleported into Oblivion. Of course, they're all in the same position. Yeah, no. Hold up. They all get teleported into Africa. That means if I do this, then we have the correct array in there. And then we cannot do a two-dimensional lookup on the tile. We need to do the lookup like this. That's grid position. And then we also, where do I use tiles again? Everywhere I use tiles, I have to make sure that I use it correctly. Here. This is the example. So we do tiles on grid position previous grid position of y times grid size. And I should probably just turn this into a function at this point. And then here is just grid position, right? We can do that. Here's also just grid position. Ah, shit. Replacing it obviously copies the one in the buffer. Obviously, I need to get rid of that too. Are we done with tiles? Okay, let's test. They're still getting teleported, man. Fuck, why? Why are they getting teleported? Man. Left over on 112. I know, yeah. Damn it. We are so close, guys. I need to go to the bathroom. I don't know where the problem is. It's gotta be the tiles, the access to the tiles, but let's see. Has to be the access. He thinks he can do this by Friday. Oh my god, you're such a non-believer, bro. I already have all of the code there. It's just one access being wrong, bro. Oh, this guy's so stupid. It's insane. I'm not even bound by the GPU. Oh, this guy's so dumb. Oh, it hurts. You're just one prompt away. Can you guys stop with the prompting? Like, I've been prompting everything in the game. I literally code everything by hand. What you talking about? Pipeline state. That's correct. It only puts all the enemies in... Yeah, because they're all in the same position. Hey. Let's see. And the pipeline state, the enemies are all not a number. I knew this. Fuck. Okay, almost. Is if you continue, like if you let you if you let yourself So something that I'm reading becomes not a number. I would assume it's the direction. It has to be the direction. So line 119 is not the correct element index. It is. It is. So the way this works is like this. I move an X. I check the wall. If I'm colliding with a wall, I remove the movement I did this frame. So I teleport back to the previous position. Then I update the grid position with the X coordinate being where I previously was, but I still keep the Y coordinate. Then I move in Y and check for collision, and I store that in the grid position, so I can check the grid position here. One of them should be previous. No, because previous is this. Like, it is already, previous is already inside grid position. I'm updating grid position. Inside the if. No, it should work. It should be fine. This works, guys. Guys, please, we don't need to look at this because we are not changing the direction of the enemy here, which becomes not a number. This is the one that turns into not a number, and I would assume that it is one of those. So I'm going to slowly but surely remove these because I don't. Is there a way to debug compute shaders on the GPU? Did someone debug a compute shader before? Like, the cool thing about a pixel is in a texture is I can debug that. Line 112 is inconsistent, but maybe I meant to do it. Guys, this right here is correct. Look, guys, this code right here works already. This code is tested. We don't need to check this code. The problem happens here. This becomes not a number, meaning this right here is not a number. It's not tile direction. It is separation, cohesion, and alignment. One of those. Maybe it's the plus equals. Pretty sure division by 0, but where? I'm doing max here. I'm doing max here. It's not cohesion, I'm pretty sure. Let me get separation out and alignment out. Test that. Okay, so it's that. Now, let me put alignment back in. Alignment is an issue, okay. Cohesion. We already do separation. Separation is not the issue. So it is alignment. What happens in alignment? Neighbor direction. All of the neighbors have direction 0. That's why that happens. That's the issue. Alignment is an entire vector of 0 directions. So that means either on the game, when I'm initializing an enemy, when I spawn an enemy, enemy data, there you go. That should fix it. But the enemies don't behave correctly, in my opinion, guys. They really don't. It doesn't work that well. So many of them get stuck or blocked. They can't get to the base. Why? Look at this guy. He's trying really hard. Look at them. Some of them going the wrong way. And what I find out the most is that it's not drawing the lighting correctly, so we need to fix that. Oh, did I add alignment back in, by the way? I did not. All right, let's see. It's still happening. The stupid alignment is still happening. Because the neighbor directions are 0. That's annoying. If alignment.x is 0.0 and alignment.y is 0.0, then alignment.x is -1.0. Do that for now. Still doesn't work. Huh? Then alignment count? Huh? Try epsilon, doesn't matter. They turn into... If alignment is almost nothing, I'm just adding almost nothing to something. Division by 0? Yeah, but I mean... So you mean... Well, how can it be division by 0? Huh? Alignment count minus? I don't think that matters at all. Equal 0 matter. Yeah, equal 0 is working. That's not the issue. As long as a floating point, like, you have to think about it like this. When a float is 0, a float is represented in bits. Right? So when a float is 0, we have 0. That's actually too small. See, we have 0. That's also too small. 0.0. That's actually represented as just a bunch of zeros in bits. So you can easily check if two floats are 0, because it'll just compare 2 rows of zeros. That's all it is. So the moment there's 1 bit set somewhere, it's no longer the same. It's unequal. And so I'm checking if not a single bit of alignment is set in both X and Y. That's fine. Normalize can result in if your vector is 0. Okay. Let's see if this works then. Okay, so now it works, but the enemies don't move correctly. They get stuck. Like they can't move. Get stuck. Look where they go. Why are these guys going up here? Where are you going? Huh? Okay, how about now we try to fix... Just go away. We try to fix... the rendering. Why is it not rendering properly, the game? There seems to be something that happens when I'm rendering the game. Not sure what it is though. I'm rendering all of these enemies. Let's see. Draw. This will be gone, by the way. To do remove soon. After I'm done rendering the game, I'm updating the game camera. I'm drawing the ground. That works. Then I'm drawing the collectibles and foliage. Okay, I want to see what happens when I go to draw a foliage. Because apparently nothing happens. Oh, I see. I need to build first. I gave up on WebGL. I'm using WebGPU right now, and it is a lot better. Game takes place in COVID-19 times, yeah. True. F11. F11. It draws the game correctly. So why is it not drawing my stuff? I don't get it. I really don't understand. There seems to be nothing wrong with this, yet it's not drawing any trees. It's not drawing any lighting whatsoever. Nothing. That's what I find confusing. Compute enemies, okay. Render loop. So it's able to draw the ground properly. Then it draws the first light, that works too. Light map works as well. That's when it renders the game. We have 80,200 transforms that we're drawing. And out of those 80,200 transforms, the last ones $80,001 expected to member name. Oh, sorry. Yeah, transforms. Huh? Oh, I see. Dot elements. Yeah. It is difficult to tell, but it's gotta be a tree. Pivot point -15. We can check assets. -15. -15 is a skeleton, I suppose. Still skeletons. All right, let's go. How about we check the next 20? No. How about we just check 20. Minus 24. It's gotta be this. That's the only 24. So we have a pine tree here that is being drawn. On position minus 22 and 376. That's on the grid. Hope you get the 200k working correctly today. Yeah, I don't think I can get the enemies walking to the base properly done today. But I would like to be able to draw the rendering correctly. I really don't understand why where the issue is. Let's look at that draw call in RenderDoc. Because I saw that yesterday too, and I really couldn't tell you what the issue was. So this is drawing the ground, that works perfectly. And then this is drawing the light. And then it's applying the light on the ground, which looks nice. All fine and dandy. And then we draw 800,000 units. That's all still fine. But you can already tell that it only draws the enemies and not the pine trees. But it should draw the pine trees. For some reason, it's not drawing the pine trees. Can I get the instance? Can I not see the instance of VK CMD draw? First instance, 251. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We drew 250. You did say today was the day, Cakez? No pressure. I have until tomorrow. I don't understand why it is not drawing. I don't think it's the dev texture that's causing the issue. But why is it not drawing the trees? Set enemies to 0? So yeah, sure, I can just not draw the enemies, right? But I think it's caused because I'm drawing so many enemies. So why is that happening? Inside graphics, I tested that before. Inside graphics. Cakez test if the enemies is the problem, but okay, I'll test it for you. So you believe me when I say. I have to prove it to you guys, just like I have to prove it to my wife. Fine. Let me prove it to you guys, just like to my wife, because apparently my word means nothing. Of course. Why would it mean anything? If, like, why would we believe Cakez? He's been lying to us all the time. Fine. Here you go. Drawing the trees. Now, can we please move on with something that I already told you that the problem is? Thank you very much. I wasted 2 minutes. So why is it not drawing the trees when I'm drawing the enemies? Huh? What is the problem? Because it goes into the... Hold up. Why? No, why? Maybe there is a size mismatch. No, if there was a size mismatch, then I don't get it. Let's look at the pipeline state. Transforms. And then, if I remember, I had to turn this to 8 and then put a 0 here so that I can have... And then row offset 80,200. What is the problem here with these? These positions look wrong. Wait, these are all enemies still, are they? When are the trees happening? Wait. The trees are happening in the beginning. Layer 0.01? Wait. Huh? The plot thickens, my brothers. The plot thickens. 80,400. Oh, the trees are here. I found the trees. There they are. Hold up. But the first instance... No. The first instance is 251. So we need to 80,479 minus 251. That is exactly that number. So why is it not drawing the trees? I don't understand. No, the trees are here. You can see their positions. They are all fine. Do you draw the trees before or after the enemies? Maybe if there's too much render at the trees and they're in the end of the drawing area, it doesn't draw the last transforms before the first ones and the area disappears, Cakes. It could be. I want to test something. That's what I thought might be the case too. So we'll draw the enemies after the very end, after everything has been drawn. Here. So maybe the draw call is too large. A draw call of 80,000 instances is too much and it can't draw them all. What do you guys think? Could that be the issue? Does seem to be the case. It seems to... It looks like to me that the game breaks when I draw too much. Wait, could it be that the draw call takes in... I can only draw 65,000 at the same time because it's a short? Hold up, let me test this. What if I turn the swarm count to 60,000 for now? Or 65,000? That could actually be it. No, it's not it. The lighting is still broken, guys. The lighting is still broken. Huh? Floating point possible number. Let's do 20,000 just for testing purposes. No, it's gotta be something else, guys. Because it's also not drawing my light source. After it is drawing the enemies, it's not drawing my light. It's not drawing anything after that. Even if it's just 20,000. Yeah, doesn't have to do with this. Here, guys, shall we do 200,000? Let's check on the, hold up, what is the maximum rendering we could do? I think we should still be fine though. Let's see. Or do we get a crash? We get a crash because of the offset. We cannot write that much into the buffer. So let's do 180,000. We should be good. Does the order of drawing matter? It shouldn't be. I really don't know what the problem is, gotta be honest. So that is 180,000 enemies, guys. But they all behave super weirdly. The grid is not... They are not following the grid like they do on the CPU. And I think the reason for that is that the neighbors they're checking up against is not correct. I suppose they are not properly checking their neighbors. Because why would they get stuck here? To me, that makes no sense. So yeah, guys, that is 180,000 enemies on 44 FPS. And the only reason why it's slow is because number one, it's not it's a debug build, and number two, I'm drawing 180,000 enemies in a for loop on the CPU. Does it render all 180,000? Yeah, it does, but there's a lot of enemies overlapping different areas. Like for example here, here are a lot of enemies. They're like they clump together, and then it doesn't look like it's much, but it actually is. The problem is they don't behave correctly. They are somewhat going to the base. Looks like 500 though. Yeah, it looks like it's only 500. It's correct. You're right. But it is computing all of them. So if I don't do the separation thing, right? If I just do compute enemies. Let's see. If I just set the new direction to the tile direction, then they would just follow the tiles and it would look a bit better. It's crazy, they don't move. Some tiles don't have directions. Why are they going there? Where are you going? So, guys, I think the access to the grid for me is wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm accessing the grid wrong. If you stop collision, you'll see the target to the tile, or if there's a wild offset. There has to be this thing right here. Must be wrong. Maybe we have to change X and Y. I don't know. No clue. That would be odd though. Are they going to get the weapons? They are going to get the weapons. Let's test. So there was. Now they somewhat move correctly. Somewhat. Wow. So it was one of those transpose things. Okay. Oh god. So we have to X times grid size and Y. That is super annoying. Oh god. Wait. And here, am I accessing the grid somewhere too? Oh no. And then, oh, I see. And then it gets the wrong enemies because of the chunk enemies. So we have to change X and Y everywhere. Why is that so annoying? Huh. Okay, fine. So at least now it puts the correct enemies in the correct chunks. And then they read themselves properly. And maybe it behaves better now? One array dimension, yeah. But now they stop. It's kind of funny how they all moonwalking here. Like, how come this guy gets stopped by other enemies? To me, that makes no sense. But it's a lot better now already. I like this. They're slowly finding the correct path here. That's nice. It doesn't look like 180,000. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of enemies stuck here. Why are they stuck? Oh my god, look at the enemies overlapping here. You could change the dispatch values. I mean, we will get there, let's say that, okay? We will get there at some point. We know that 180,000 enemies is correct. But, sorry, we know that most of the stuff that I'm doing is correct. Maybe I could make it so that I change the 8 to be a const. Hold up, in shader header. Const max enemies per chunk to be, which is of type I32. And then that's, wait, if we have 8 now, I'm pretty sure 16 would work. Let me do 16. And return to that max enemies per chunk. Then we do the shader data. We do const in max enemies per chunk is 16. We need to change that here too. Let's see if that works. Shouldn't it be grid position X? No, we tried X. On the if checking and moving Y. Hold up. Did we hold up. Did you spot something that I didn't change? I did though. I did.
Sad. Line 132. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you, man. Let's see. The enemies just stop and they stutter a lot. Why are you blocking yourself? What are you doing? Just search times grid size. True. I mean, at least we get 16 enemies per tile now, but it's still not there. To me, this looks like there are enemies colliding with each other that are not even close to each other. That's what it looks like to me. Or it is a way of accessing data without atomics or something. Maybe I need to make sure that only one thread can write at the same time. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have to lock something for this to work. What I think is happening... Hold up. I want to test something. I want to do 64. Then we dispatch 1. And it's synchronous, I think. No, wait, it is. Well, it should be. Let's test. In my opinion, they should move correctly. All of them should move correctly now. No, this guy gets stuck too, for some reason. This guy gets stuck too. Like, what the fuck, bro? This guy moves through the trees. This guy is stuck in the trees. He's stuck in the bush. You dispatch 1 group. How many threads per group? I think it's 1. Yeah, okay, guys. I have to figure out why they get stuck. I don't know. If you guys have any idea, let me know. But I think we are close. Like, performance-wise, 180,000 enemies is possible already. We just don't see it properly. Collision resolving is broken. No, what is broken is the chunk separation and lookup. Separating the enemies into proper chunks and then colliding with others. So, and I think I can do that tomorrow. I can't do 200k right now. I don't have the time because I have to leave early today, unfortunately. But I can already do 180k at 45 FPS, and the FPS slowdown only comes from the CPU because I do 180,000. I basically do this for loop right here. This is the slow part. I'll show you. Guys, look. If I don't do this, then there will be no slowdown. Because I don't have to do this if check here, this for loop here. Guys, the first thing I will do tomorrow when I open the stream, I will show you 200k, okay? 120 FPS. The slow part is the for loop. Okay, guys? The for loop is the slow part. Yeah, draw sprite is drawing a quad, and I should do this draw call from within the GPU. The GPU should draw all the enemies, exactly. You know that we will count them? Okay, buddy. You said by Friday? Okay, guys, you wanna do mental gymnastics with me, uh-huh. You introduced const 16 but not in some file. We'll see. It's gonna be something odd, but I'll figure it out.
Okay, guys. Let me quickly check, but I have to hurry up. No, the reason why the draw sprite function is slow is because I iterate over it 180,000 times, and it's creating a structure each time and filling in the data and doing a lot of calculations each time, and then it's adding it to an array. So it's copying it into an array. That's why it's slow. And for the enemies, since I have that many enemies, I should do that entirely from within the GPU. Once you have, like the GPU particles, it is drawing the GPU particles directly from within the GPU. So it doesn't need to upload any data. What is slow is uploading the data to the GPU and building this entire giant array. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Check out the YouTubes. Check out the YouTube, okay? Go to YouTube. There you go. See you tomorrow, guys. Tschüss. 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 Say hi to T2. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, guys. Tschüss. Tschüss. On YouTube.